Hi guys.
Hello people.
I'm Milena.
Lola.
And we're watching Severance.
How excited are you?
I couldn't be more excited. I literally couldn't be more excited.
I love when there's like new shows coming out that can make me this excited.
Honestly,
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think this is like peak. I think it's so good. I'm so happy with the show.
Last night I watched first 2 episodes and that was great.
Of season 1.
Of season 1.
And what did you tell me about Mark's little gift?
Did it sounded weird?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Meaning that like...
Someone said it like it was explained but like in the background.
But like later.
Yeah.
Not in that episode.
Not in that episode?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it was explained. I didn't really... I watched it, but like I didn't watch it like this.
Well, you were texting me, so I was like... so I thought you were not like paying such close attention.
I more played it for my girlfriend to watch it. So like I was just like sitting as a...
moral support?
Exactly.
Yeah.
To show her how good this show is, you know? But then I did see that moment when Hallie asked, what about Mark's thing, you know, because he explained how...
Statue.
Because Dylan explained how they get awards and for what, and then she asked, like, what about Mark's statue? And he said, in a weird way a bit, like, I don't know how to explain that way, like he was jealous, but like, no, I don't know if he was, but like, it was a weird tone, you know, like he was like, that wasn't present, they just gave that to him. Like, that wasn't a word. That was something like that. They just gave that to him. But, like, they switched the scene.
Different
they
subject,
completely switched the subject. Like, nobody talked about
That's
it.
That's just weird. I just think that's just weird.
But again, the thing that, like, I told you is that, like, I cannot figure anything out. Meaning, I cannot now figure a theory what can happen with the box, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what is in the box? What the box... represents.
I thought like, is it just because like his wife is literally there and he doesn't know, and like someone was like felt bad and like gave it to him, you know what I mean? Like I thought like maybe even,
but like technically they pan out how he turns it on and turns it off.
Yeah.
So like that's also the reason why I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know, like they pan out it in many episodes. It wasn't just like mentioned then and never again. We kept seeing it. So I don't know, honestly. But again, I think potentially it can get back with something, but like many things can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can think of anything.
Again, we don't
I'm
know.
not smart
There's the amount of things that we don't know overweighs the amount of things that we do know. This is just one of the things that we don't know as well. Again, whatever they're doing on the computer, they're doing something to like Gemma.
A way. Yes, I'm pretty confident about that. I don't, again, not smart enough to figure out the plot and what exactly whatever they're doing is serving, but it is connected to Keir and it can be connected to Gemma as well. And not just Gemma, many maybe even other people, if there are some people who are just like Gemma.
And I'm sure there are.
Also, the thing is, like, what is weird while watching this show is because we're watching it...
while it's coming out.
While it's coming out, which means that, like, we don't know what's happened, but neither you guys.
No.
Which just means that, like, sometimes we're gonna read your theories and we can take them as our own, meaning, like, they can judge our opinions of what's gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah, we cannot be like, it's not gonna just come out of our brains.
Exactly.
This is gonna be a shared experience to crack this, which is also fun.
It is fun because it's completely different than ever, like before, because usually
we're
scared of
on our own.
Yes, and scared of getting spoiled because like you guys know, but like this time you don't know. So like maybe sometimes you're gonna come up with a theory because you've read many theories. Honestly, I now forgot most of them.
I think the most common one right now is that's Helena, not Hellion. Like
but like exactly
we are there as well.
For example, I think I read a theory that like the girl is daughter of Mark and
I read that as well. The thing is, while we were watching the episode, I thought that for a second, just like because I'm not sure what ethnicity Gemma is, you know, but like the kid looks like she could be half, I don't know. And so like I was like in my mind while I'm watching the kid, I'm doing I'm trying to figure out, the kid is too old. Like,
old.
Gemma died 3 years ago.
old.
Like, if we were like, if I was seeing a 3-year-old, then I would be like,
that's what
sure, this baby could be theirs.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. For example, I read the theory, and for a second I was like, wait, is this a spoiler? Not a spoiler technically, because you guys don't know, you know. But like then I thought a bit about it. Technically, like Jenna has. That's the thing, because like we don't exactly know when Jenna died, but like I think she died 2 years ago, because like he went to Lumon 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like I think that's pretty much the same time that
no,
Jenna died.
I the second I started reading the comment, I was like, I thought the same thing for a second. Like I was trying to, but then I was like calculating this in my head. That's why I didn't even say it, because like it didn't work.
Yeah.
Like age-wise, it didn't work. But like, yes, I would have gone there as well. You know, like I understand how like someone came to that. But I don't think that's the case. The kid, what kid that is, I don't know. It's a child that's there working. I wonder if this episode is gonna be, because the first one was, we were just with the innies. I would love if this episode was like when we were with the outies.
Yes,
you know, after everything that has transpired. Yeah,
I want to say that like potentially that could be a case. Also, judging by now watching first 2 episodes of season 1, where in first one we didn't have intro, the second one we did have intro. Here in the second season we also in the first one didn't have intro. Doesn't mean that in the second episode we will not have intro. And the first episode with Kelly, we were inside. In second episode, we started in a hallway. Remember, I don't know.
With her outside,
constantly just Helena outside and going back in.
Yeah.
So like that made me think that potentially they're gonna do the same thing in this episode, where in the first one we were constantly just with our guys inside, but now I wanna see them outside again, especially Helena. Yes. You have no idea how much I love her.
Yeah.
She is I cannot compare, like she's my favorite character. I'm most interested in her, you know what I mean? I wanna see Helena more. Not just Helena.
Yeah.
I'm mostly interested in Helena. So
again, that is the contradiction between Helena and Helly. Again, Mark outside self and inside self, still the same guy, you know, like working for the same thing. But Helly is literally held prisoner by Helena.
Exactly. And I adore Helly. I adore her personality. I adore everything. But like Helena has been the product of her environment, of her family, whatever they are doing constantly. Yeah. I would be very interested to see how she would behave inside. Meaning that like I would prefer if it was Helena inside right now. I would prefer to see her interact with other humans. See like how she would react to that. Because like whether that would invoke some type of like empathy, I don't
emotion.
think it has to change. Meaning, she's gonna go through this whole big now change and become a different person. No, I would just because like she's been only surrounded and taught this one opinion. Like they made her think that, you know. So it would be interesting if we got something from her now that, like, let's say she's around Mark, who is very kind to her. She's around people who consider her friend. Yeah.
She's around Mark, who also, like, she has to at least pretend that she has feelings for, you know, because, like, they had Helly and Mark have something, and this is Helena, she has to go with it. So,
but I want to also say that, like, in first episode, they made it perfectly for us to not know if it's Helly or Helena, because like I've seen both sides. I think maybe more people are leaning on Helena's side, that like it is Helena inside. But like just like watching that like many times, even because like I edited, so like I even rewatched the episode, and then with her conversation with Mark, with her talking about like how she doesn't own her outside self anything, and like you see the anger in her face. Like again, she could be a perfect actress, and like this can all just be her plan how to get under Mark's skin even more, something like that, you know. But I feel like you can view it as any of those. Like the show made it perfectly for you to not. You can't say for certain what is it. You can just like think
Yeah, no, I think the show did it perfectly. I am leaning more towards like the rest of you guys that it's Helena, but I think there is a big chance that it's also still Helly. I just think it is Helena, and maybe it will be like more interesting for like
me. Yeah,
for like Helena, and like learning about her. So like for now, that's what I think. And I think I'm in this episode where we should get an answer if we're with the outside selves.
I think so as well.
We should get that answer. And another character that I love that is as interesting to me as Helena is Miss Cobel.
I know.
We have talked about this. We have talked about this extensively in season 1. Like I am so, like I love her character. She's such a great antagonist.
I agree.
For the show, and I want to see her now on the outside because like she got fired, and now Mark should also be aware, right, that like Miss Cobel has worked with him in the with his inside self.
I think I saw the title of it.
Yes, it's something.
Hello, Miss Savix. What's this?
Is that her name on the
outside? Maybe. What's her? She's Miss Cobel in the inside.
Inside, and then I think hello, have whatever.
No, goodbye, Miss. Because
yes,
it was
hello, Miss Cobel, and now goodbye,
Miss.
Yes.
That's
so like I think we're gonna see her, and I would love for her to have a conversation with Mark in this episode. I think that would be interesting. And again, I want to know first, we don't know anything about her. Like, we know the tubes that she has seen. We know the pictures of potentially what could have been like her mother, grandmother. I don't know, because the pictures were very old. There's just so much to unpack there. And I think just like even her fascination with Mark and Gemma and like trying to figure out whether like he remembers or whatever, like has to tie in with whatever. Like, because, like, she is also coming in here from, like, an emotional standpoint because of whatever happened, like, with the pictures that she has and the tubes and everything. I'm so curious about her.
I agree.
And so, like, whatever you can give me, I'm gonna be so happy. We could play.
Yes.
No.
We're right back.
We're not happy. We're miserable.
I love this show. I'm so happy.
I'm gonna scream now. God.
The thing is, now he has to find out.
Okay.
No.
He doesn't
know even what he screamed, Like, he's just back and he's now confused that he's here.
But, like, do you know? He's holding a picture, so you should know when he said she's alive.
Can you spell that?
We're really acting too normal with this.
Get the picture.
Is anyone gonna tell him why did you scream she's alive?
What is happening?
Why is everyone acting like this is so...
Why didn't we found out right now that like she's
Here
alive?
she is. Helena.
Oh my god, the creepiest person ever.
Wait, I forgot.
That's her father.
Yes, but like... I forgot that like, I think potentially like this is the still same Egan. Just like maybe, yes, like he keeps getting... Like, it could be possible, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like
Fetid Muppet.
What? Fat?
What does it mean? Muppet?
Father.
I think Muppet, like British
an
people
insult?
would call you, like, idiot. Maybe.
Good job, honestly.
I need you to go see all of them. I know every word they said and who they said it to.
And shall I fire them?
Let Kier guide your hand.
Of course.
Let Kier guide your hand. God.
Such a good shot.
Yeah, no words, honestly. Oh my god, Miss Cobel.
Please. Sit.
She tried to warn you.
And the 7 employees who were involved are being dealt with.
Look at the way she speaks.
Incredible, honestly.
I personally owe you a debt of gratitude. It cost me dearly. And still you proved your loyalty tonight. Which is why we'd like to ask you back. An apology is warranted. I apologize. My father apologizes. The board apologizes. We've treated you poorly. I'm sorry.
I love when my eyes water just because the scene is so good that I don't know what to do with it.
I'm so glad.
Insane.
By the
She's
way that she
insane to
speaks
me.
down to
She's
people.
insane to me.
There's much damage to control. I'd like to offer you a promotion. Severance Advisory Council. I never heard of such a thing. It's a brand new initiative. You'd be spearheading its formation.
That still kind of sounds like they're getting rid of you.
Mr. Milchick has been promoted to floor manager. You don't value me. You fear me.
Oh.
I love her.
We fear no one. I'll put some thought to it.
Fun.
Mr. Drummer will see you out.
No words.
Harmony. Harmony! I feel so unwell. This was so beautiful.
I am still a bit concerned why Mark didn't find out that his wife is alive.
Earlier this evening, at an event where I was excited to share my status as a severed individual with a group of friends and allies, I made the poor decision to consume alcohol while on a non-lumen medication for an arm rash. This had an inebriating effect, which caused me to say something.
But like a non-lumen medication.
Ah, Mr. Milchick. Apologies for the hour.
Is everything all right?
He's already gathering
Tell me
information.
What's going on, Mr. Milchick?
In the moment, I thought I was being funny. But in the hours since this outburst, I've been reminded just how seriously my family's company affects the lives of real people around the world.
Which is what makes this so difficult.
You're firing me.
When Lumen falters, it's our cherished workers and their families who suffer first.
And I regret to say that you were the aggressor. Wait, as such, I'm afraid we've no choice but to terminate your employment effective immediately.
Distrust of Lumen has been sadly endemic since its founding. My words provided more fuel for pernicious hate and derision.
What am I supposed to tell my wife?
This was a joke. And a lie.
I'm sorry.
Who would fucking believe that?
But I'm also human. Just like my Eddie.
Oh, he's in red. Down. Down, but like he went downstairs, is down when Gemma is down. Babies. Why am I even trying to figure this out?
Both.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck? Huh. Taking him outside on the grave?
But oh, what is happening? But where was the elevator going? Did you see?
So that
No,
would be
there's a
out.
baby. What does that mean?
Oh,
Well, that was more drama than I planned.
I don't feel good.
Can we talk? Why is everyone specking
Because
us? This is so normal.
Punished Reckon. This wasn't its fault.
Of
What?
course.
Who would punish the baby?
So what?
So you said she's alive?
If I may, I really did feel
You're
it was clear you
Eni.
were referencing the baby.
You were not
Has
referencing the
took
baby.
the picture.
And I think that your workie was excited.
You have to shut. Oh my god.
I have to say, Mark, he really is a jewel.
Guys, obviously I was referencing the baby.
Your Eni has taken a picture
Okay.
Yes.
of
And
your
screamed.
wife, dead wife, and screamed, "She's alive."
Babe, will you take her for a second?
But it's difficult to tell that to him. Like, what are you gonna convince her?
I
I think your
know.
wife might be alive.
We're looking for Eleanor.
But like she's not gonna be able. He's not gonna be able to let it go, even if it's 1% chance in his mind.
Perhaps Cobel fig would be a helpful nomenclature.
She will not help Rickon.
She's alive, really was about the baby.
Well, you don't think it was?
No, she doesn't.
Then why are you saying it like that?
Sorry, I'm just exhausted. It's been a weird fucking nightmare.
Oh my god.
Why are you getting aggressive with me right now?
What the fuck are you even saying?
Why are you being a dick to me? I'm trying to help you.
I'm just trying to get.
Stephano check from Lumon. Is Mark Scout here by chance?
I cannot.
What happened tonight is what we call the overtime contingency.
Yeah, you never told me about that.
OTC disclosure can be found in your start paperwork. It seems the tech was commandeered by one of your office mates, allowing him to wake the rest of you for a period of 39 minutes.
He held his head for
Anyone
39
was
minutes?
here, in this house.
I mean, yes. That's how long the episode was.
That's such a
I know, I talked to him.
I can only imagine how violated you feel by his actions.
Yeah, speaking of violations, just wondering how common it is for your managers to commit fucking lactation fraud against their employees' families.
What we learned tonight is that she is quite severely unwell.
Sure, turn this around on her.
She
I mean, she is unwell, but just...
Like, know her.
And her behavior at Lumon seems to be the source of your Innie's distress. She will never descend to that floor again.
Said all there is to say.
Like, how do you go back to work if you don't think that, like, Gemma is alive?
Okay?
He never fired him so
Of
far.
course.
Well, true,
I'll
but,
circle
like,
back.
why would you...
Maybe 5 months. It's been a day.
I mean, he is still investigating, so, like...
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, see, why would he return,
Yeah.
you know? Because, like, we thought he was coming back because of
Yeah.
Gemma.
Yeah.
What your Innie did tonight was completely unauthorized.
He
It
came
was
and told
also
me
very
about...
brave.
God, they're so annoying.
I'd hate to reward his courage with non-existence.
That's so evil. That's so
I
evil.
cannot.
That's so... What do you do with that?
But like, he... There is a reason why he came out to warn you.
I think it deeply concerns her that she failed her father. Whatever her father said to her in the beginning, the Muppet sounds British. Is he home? Is Miss Cobel there? The car's here. God, go speak. Go speak. Would she tell him
she's
about
here.
Gemma?
Is she here?
I don't know, the car is here.
Would they allow her to come
I
back?
don't fucking know.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, like
She's what?
made argument over car wash window.
Makes sense.
Honey, you're petting them wrong.
This is insane. How do you watch yourself?
And that's not you.
And that's
You
not
have
you. Like that is.
survived
I
that,
would
and
want to
with
jump
your
out of my
body.
skin.
That somebody.
I think he's gonna come back.
And did you come back?
In case we do.
I don't feel good.
I think he's gonna come back.
I don't feel that. I don't feel. But like, do you see her face? She is.
I'm so fascinated by
shocked
her.
here now.
I'm so fascinated by her.
You understand? Like
Yeah,
the way she lived.
yeah.
God knows if she has ever survived something like having feelings for someone.
What the fuck am I even looking at, Mark? Oh god, he's doing the same thing as Miss Cobel. Just looking through the window. How do you... This is difficult to ask.
Ask about benefits?
God.
I meant healthcare benefits.
Oh, sure, yes, of course, for you, your family.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, you know, I think this is going to be a really great fit for me, Mr. Saliba.
How old were you when you knew you loved doors?
God, I hate condescending people.
Pocket.
Yeah, I don't think anyone looks for a job because they love fucking doors.
Tell me more.
They need to live out of something.
Well, you're doing
He'll
your
literally
girl
ask
thing.
about health benefits,
then,
like
you're not
insurance
needed,
for
you
his
just-
family.
Just tuck yourself away.
Semi-gloss.
But like it's difficult to like go.
You remind me of me, Dylan.
They look of like
Literally
what the fuck is
Okay,
this?
cool.
Yeah, I mean,
How do you like ask for a job? Like what are you like? What did you do? Well, I didn't actually do it. So.
Professionally, I was a severed employee, so.
You're a servant. What was the George? Thanks for coming in.
What?
We'll consider your application therapy.
You're not considering me at all. That's discrimination.
We need a certain kind of person here, Mr. George, not a certain kind of two people. What do you think this is, a carpet factory?
What?
You want to circumcise your brain, that's your business. But it doesn't mean I have to hire you. And personally, I think it's horrid.
I mean, I agree with you, but like, why would you speak to a person like this?
I was just thinking maybe there was a way we could confirm what your any meant.
Jesus Christ, are you serious?
I know.
Devin.
I'm not supposed to
I would be
contact
Devin
him,
in
but
this
he's a lawyer,
situation.
apparently you can petition.
I'm quitting. I'm sorry. Haven't you been trying to get me to quit that place since I got there? I thought I was finally doing what you want.
No, yes, but don't you think that was strange last night?
You remember I identified her, right?
Yes.
I saw her body.
Yeah, I know. My thing is, if we could just get like a half step more confirmation, then it's not going to be something that continues to haunt us. Do you know what I mean?
Us.
Yes.
You know what? Honestly, if Rickon died and his body burned, I'd be sad for you, but I wouldn't be affected. This is obscene.
I just want to be sure.
I am sure.
He says and his body burned. And if his body burned, does that mean Gemma's body burned?
Mark.
And like, if you identified her.
Mark.
Nothing makes sense. Oh my god.
This is... What
my
does it say?
fucking
Frawl? Like,
God.
what does it say on his arms? Frawl?
Oh my fucking god.
Look at two fishes split.
Why did you talk out loud somewhere in a cafe? Is this Irving? Irving?
I would not know what to tell you. I think it's Mark.
Okay, just like the
Outside?
the house looked
I-
like Irving's house.
When it's dark, I'm not sure what I'm seeing. I think they're all living a similarly... Yeah,
Maybe it is. Or...
it is him. Who the fuck are you calling?
Who is this?
I want you to know my innie got the message.
I want you to know.
You're not
My
picking up, I
innie
get it.
got the.
Is he somehow connected to the people that like the doctor,
I
the
think so.
severing the...
I need explanation. I'm gonna cry. I don't understand anything. Maybe when he saw him in front of the door, maybe he was affected, and now he
Well,
cannot.
yeah, because like quite a like, you're gonna be affected. There's a whole other life that you have
I
led
don't
that
know,
was not
God.
your life.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I literally can't even imagine. Why am I yelling?
I could cry.
God.
Don't open those doors.
Mr. Milchik?
Like, why do they really want him to come back? Like, why did you fire everyone except him? Like, why is he important to you?
Because they don't know what he said, and if they got his innie, you know, he was the only one surrounded by people for 100%, maybe.
Thank you.
But like, couldn't you just like switch him to his zinni
Yeah.
while he's in the house to speak with him? Like, you can make the...
So, Mr.
Yeah.
Scout, I know you're still weighing whether to return to Lumon. I'd like to ask you a few questions that may inform
But
your
they
decision.
don't know about the Gemma.
Is that alright?
Do have his wife.
The thing is, he might be cruel. Like,
Yeah.
they might need him because of Gemma.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
your current
exactly.
financial
That's what I'm saying.
compensation. My third question concerns your late wife, Gemma.
What about her?
In your intake interview, you cited her death as a primary motivator for severing. You said since she died, every day feels like a year. That you felt like you were choking on her ghost. Do you still feel that way, Mr. Scout?
Choking on her ghost. God.
The Mark I've come to know at Lumon is happy. And he's funny.
Yeah, this would make me return because this would piss me off even
He's nothing
further.
of the pain I see in you right now. He's found love.
Love? With who?
the solace you have given him down there will make its way to you. I hope you'll give us that time.
I honestly would not, if I found out now that like my Ini is in love with somebody else, I would not go back to allow myself to have anything to some other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This would not
be
help.
good.
No, for me. But like, I haven't lost my wife.
I feel like I would need to go back
I have no
because
idea what
I
I'm
would
saying.
need to. I feel like I would need more information.
I would need to go back because like I said a sentence, but like again, he knows what he saw. He identifies his wife's dead body.
Yes, but like they're so
But,
weird.
like, he said burned. Maybe
That's
he
what I
saw
mean.
a burned body
That's
that
what
wasn't
I mean.
his
Because
wife
like,
at
I would
all.
just say for Rickon, like if he died and like was burnt or whatever,
Literally.
like I would not feel whatever you felt or whatever.
But then,
so like, does that mean she was burnt? Because I don't understand.
Look at this. She's watching him.
Is she watching him?
I don't feel good. This is insane to me.
Sister seems more uppity than he is.
Are you satisfied with this?
So who are you bringing into NDR?
I had 48 hours to pull this together.
48 hours. That's 5 months.
48 hours. That's even better. You know, he hasn't been a week. He hasn't been a little.
We need Marcus back to work.
Because of his wife,
Complete Cold Harbor.
Cold Harbor. That's what was set up. They are like restoring Gemma, not restoring her, but like doing something, and that's why they need him for Gemma.
But like, why do they need him actually? Can
Because,
other
like,
employees do that?
What if other employees are like doing something to other people that they know and love?
I think.
Of course, I've been.
Please, are we gonna find out if it's Halle or Helena?
It's Helena.
I know, but like, are we gonna find out now? She's so now interested.
This is
she's gonna
he
want
won't
to go back.
finish without this. This is the only thing that makes sense of
Yeah,
what they would bring them all back, because like that literally
need
didn't
him.
make sense.
Yeah.
But like they really need him.
And they need him
to restore Gemma. Well, like not restore, but like something.
Literally.
They might want to
Mr. George.
be able to live eternal lives. For like here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I think the person that's Kier could potentially be Kier from like the past as well. But like he doesn't function like he doesn't look healthy and like all there. So like they maybe want to find a way to like collect a person in a chip. So that, like they would live forever, you know what I mean? So like if they can do that for Gemma. How is it possible that no one was ever late?
9-5.
He's having 9-5. This one gave it 9-4. How is it possible that no one was late a minute?
That was my exact.
There's
thought.
no way.
But maybe if you are late, you have to wait for 10 minutes and then go. 10
Now,
minutes later.
like, is he coming at 9-6?
Yes. From a different path, you know, so like their path would not
cross.
ever intertwine. They didn't come out like exactly like this, you know. Like from first it was Dylan, then Irving, and now we all know who came at the end. But technically they're not gonna tell us. They didn't tell us. They would tell us outside that that's a plan, because like now we cannot know if they turned her on or not. Oh, it's turned on.
I would crash my car from excitement.
Or angry.
Whatever, just like I need to speak.
Hello, Mark. Just back from work.
Is she packing, leaving?
Leaving, but technically he can think she's severed as well.
Yeah.
What do
But
I
like, she
hear?
never said.
Wait.
They convinced you to stay. Was a pineapple involved? You're so easy to sway.
What, so that's it? You're
Cobel, please
leaving.
speak more.
You fucking kid. Why did you do this? What the fuck is this all about?
It seems like she's gonna run him over.
What are you gonna ask?
Do you know something about Gemma?
Come on! Come on! What? Come on.
He can see it on her face. He can see it on her face. She's gonna drive away. Is this over?
God, cry. This
Have some
episode
theory.
was insane. This episode was insane. Insane episode. Honestly, fucking perfect episode if you ask me. This was everything that I wanted.
I just love when it's this good. Like, I love
This
when
is
my
insane.
eyes water based on nothing.
Yeah.
Just because, like, the scene is so good. It's so well done that I'm, like, overwhelmed that, like, my eyes just water because the scene is so good. I don't know where to start. I have so many... I know nothing. I know nothing. My brain hurts. I don't understand a single thing. I have some semblance of an idea in my mind, you know, of what they could be doing. Based on, like, Mark and Gemma. And, like, the reason why, like, Mark is... Like, things now make more sense about, like, why they allowed them to come back. They needed Mark to come back. Because, like, sure, we were saying, like, Mark is gonna want to come back because of Gemma. First, he's not sure. He doesn't know. At least, like, in the beginning, he didn't think that, like, Gemma is alive. But we thought that, like, he had a reason to come back. There was no explanation as to why they would allow him or the rest of them to come back.
It wasn't that they would allow, they needed him. They searched for him.
Exactly.
They came back for him.
Exactly. But just like we didn't know, like, why they would, like, why he's not just like a regular employee.
I mean, I think this episode was pretty...
That's what I mean.
well
I just like, I was like thinking like before this episode,
Yeah.
you know, like we didn't know. So like we got an answer to that. And like, of course, everything connects back to Gemma. And so like, it might make sense then that like the reason why they gave him this, like even this little statue of him, like if they felt that he was maybe not feeling motivated or whatever in this work, like they need to push him more than they need to push the other ones, possibly.
Yeah.
And so like they gifted this to him.
I mean, maybe when they sent Cobel there to live next to him from the start, because like they needed somebody to keep an eye on him, because again, he's the most important in this whole thing. You know, because of Gemma. We found out that he identified Gemma's body and like he's sure of that, but then he did say a sentence where he said if Rickon was burnt, like got burnt or something like that, if Rickon's body got burnt or something like that, because like that is easily explained that like if she was in a car crash, car could explode or something could have happened, you know, that which would explain her body being burnt, you know. That would explain that like he identified a dead body that was in a burnt
state.
Exactly, that like he would not be able to recognize.
Yeah, but like they would need to like place something that would make her identifiable. For example, like if she had a tattoo, like they would have to like
place that.
Like basically, or like a mole or whatever. Like
again,
something.
If her whole body is burnt.
But just like there's something that he needs to identify her with, you know, that is.
They figured
very
it
possible
out. That's
to
what
do.
I want to say. They figured it out because like first when he said identified her, that like identified her, you know.
Yeah.
Then she was supposed to be identify a person in a morgue that is clearly dead.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's why in that moment I was very shocked.
Yeah. But then that doesn't work with my theory. Maybe I'm not sure, because like what my theory is that they're somehow trying to potentially like in a way like find eternal life or like resurrect something or someone, you know? And so like if Gemma in a way was dead, like they could be trying somehow to restore her memories, herself, her whatever, doing that by like having a person who loves them work on her, let's say. But also that would not be possible. Because like that connects to me with Cobel as well, you know, because like Cobel clearly has lost someone that she has loved. And like I feel like what were we talking about? I feel like we were talking about this in season 1, like when we had that episode, like when we had the tubes and everything. Like we were thinking like whether her mom was potentially severed, right? I'm like trying to figure out, like we had something in our minds about her.
The thing is, like I don't
because like her mother worked.
There are things that like we had in our minds, but like I don't. Some theories fell into the water, and some we continued with.
Yeah, but like now, like I'm struggling to remember. Like we thought that her mother potentially worked for Lumon.
That's what we talked.
Yeah, but like why? Why do we think that she worked for Lumon? Like
because
were there
some pictures probably or something
with
like
her
that.
Of like someone old with like here in front of Lumon factories. Like why would we think that her mother was working with Lumon?
I don't know if we saw it or like we just connected the dots because we saw that she lost somebody and we saw that she's very faithful to Kira and like that. Yes. Like that's basically the whole religion that she's following, like the whole ritual or something, and that's why we made a theory that her mother worked in Lumon. I'm not sure if
there was something that we saw.
Like I remember the pictures, but like I don't remember if it was factory behind, like Lumon.
Yeah.
It could have been, or like we just connected.
It doesn't ring a bell.
I'm not
like,
sure.
Someone's gonna remind us. The thing is, like, I thought then, for example, I could understand for her storyline because like she was disappointed in that scene, like where she asked Mark about like Gemma and like whether he remembers or like does he think that he sees her or whatever. Remember, like there was something disappointed to me in her look there. And so like I thought whatever they're doing with Gemma, like for example, if they're trying to not bring her back to life but like figure out a way. Okay, no, she doesn't. Okay. Gemma doesn't have to be dead. Like they're just trying to find ways to maybe like download a consciousness onto a chip so that like a person could continuously live on and live on and live on. And they're just using Gemma and whoever else as live subjects by pretending that like they have lost their lives in a crash or like whatever, like somehow they have lost their lives. Because like if you can do that, then like people could live eternally, and the people that you want to live eternally could live eternally, you know, and that's maybe what they're trying to do.
We did talk about that in season 1 about Kira being the like
her father,
like exactly, and
Helen's
like the
father.
chip put into her brain, like into their brain, and that becoming a previous
because
kid. But like when we talked about that, I remember you saying like chip has any memories on it, just separates. Chip is there to separate your personality.
Yeah, but that's because of like the severing bit.
Yeah.
Like that could be a different type of chip, you know what I mean? Like the chip that they have in their minds is for like
severing, and the other chip is for I don't want us to
lose the
plot of what Lumon is trying to do.
Yeah.
If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, but like we don't know what Lumon is trying to do. And like the only thing that can be happening in my mind that would connect to everyone, because like I think the reason why we thought like Kier, like that Helena's father is somehow connected to here is because like he said a line, and I can't remember what it was, but like I feel like he said a line that was like, you know, what we have done or what we have created, like something in terms of like that it could be like a royal we, or like he himself that has done this. I just feel like I had that in my mind in that moment when he said something. I'm gonna have to look back on that. These 2 months apparently have wiped things out of my mind.
That's what I want to say. They haven't wiped, to me, like the plot, but like
details.
They have wiped things that like we thought and reasons like why we thought them, and like do we still think them, or you know what I mean? I remember us talking before about how potentially like they are Kier is led down through generations, you know, or something like that. But then because of those, that thing about chip is splitting your personality, making a part of your brain, like, is the only, like, does it save the memory of the inner self? So like you can transfer those memories, or like it doesn't, or it's different chip, but like those are things that like we don't completely know. That's why I remember that like I then thought, okay, it's not that just because, again, we came to a realization that chips doesn't save any memories, that like it splits your personality. Yeah. You know? At the same time, what they're trying to do with people being severed. Yeah. You know?
Like there's two aspects of
That's
this.
what I want to say. I just don't want
being severed. I mean, I think we've talked extensively about this. Being severed for the regular people means just using them as a cheap labor force. And being able to,
and I thought
like literally live out your capitalistic wet dream, you know, with them and with whatever human rights they have. You can violate basically anything to achieve your purpose. Now, what is your purpose? Like, what do you also want to like do in this world? The thing is, like, considering like when you think about these families or whatever who have like obtained so much wealth, that like there is nothing that they cannot do or cannot buy, but like you cannot buy health. I mean, you can buy the best possible medical,
but like you cannot live forever.
No, you cannot
like
live
your
forever.
Your loved ones will die. You will die. The only thing that like they would want to continue doing is not dying, living forever. Yes,
and so like if you can like switch from body to body, you know, while preserving your mind, they would do that. So like how do the how do the goats tie into all of this? My brain cannot comprehend these things.
And what are they exactly trying to do with Gemma?
But like you see, even the people, the intro had so many babies. There's so many babies, right? Could you try, like, are they trying to do resurrection in a way? Not that you necessarily like transfer a chip, but like that a baby can be born that is gonna be you, but like how would that work?
How would they?
That would never make sense. But what are the babies supposed to be?
I would understand if they would want to continue with Kier, that like they would put a chip and like let's say Helena is next and they put a chip in her when this one is dying and like But like does Helena continue living? Is her consciousness there, or like just like is it she's already severed? But like if they can take out that chip and put the other one. Again, I'm afraid that we're losing a plot.
This is like, we cannot talk about this because like nothing here is in the realms of possibility.
That's what
so like
saying.
I can say that like they are fucking aliens that have come from Mars, you know, trying to take over, and that would still, you know, could possibly be the case. That's where we are at right
exactly.
now.
That's what I want to say. And
the
but
plot
there
is lost.
Are some things that are really 100% happening, and that is the fact that like they're doing something to Gemma, but like I don't think she died. I think she almost died. She could have lost her memories. They thought maybe, you know what I mean? Like she could have had an accident, and I saw a theory that like Gemma ran away, that like she never had an accident. That like somebody wrote that in the comments that like they say she ran away and like because she was unsatisfied. Interesting. You know, or something like that.
I mean, again, I think same as us. We can just pull this out of our asses.
Literally.
Like there is nothing to base this off on. I don't think.
Literally.
Like it could be a possibility.
And but like again, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the fact that like let's say she was in an accident. That's why they decided to use that.
Yeah.
As again. Trying to do
I don't
something.
think Gemma is the only person that they have in this, you know what I mean?
But like it doesn't matter. We're watching this case with Gemma and we are figuring out what they're trying to do with Gemma.
Yeah.
We know about 4 things with Kier, 4 pillars.
Yeah.
Can it be somehow
but people
connected?
People did say in our comments as well, the like image that we saw of Gemma, like the thing, first it said like cold, whatever, like they said they need to continue that. And there was like letters next to the boxes, and like it corresponds with the 4 pillars.
Okay. So that's what I want to say. Could they be trying to make Gemma a person that like would be what Kier would want? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like controlled.
Control, because that way they could control masses, maybe, you know?
Yes, I can believe that. Yes,
and like they are doing it
I mean,
in a
that
way
is-
they are experimenting
I think
how
that
they are
is.
doing
I
it.
think that was our initial theory with what we were doing.
So
like in a way, like taming those,
exactly
taming them to control people more
and
easily.
because let's say she was her brain was wiped because again she was in an accident, maybe her brain did die, but like you know how many people lose memories or something like that with like accidents happening to them or whatever, I don't know. So like maybe she would be a perfect candidate for something like that, you know,
for them to test that on.
For them to test that on. I think that is the thing that is like 100% happening. But again, what else is happening?
It could be a multitude of things.
That's what I want to say. But I just don't wanna ignore when I say a little lose the plot. I just don't wanna us ignoring this. That I think is 100% happening.
Yeah.
And on the side we can have different theories
that what's potentially also happening.
Yes.
My brain just cannot wrap his like.
Because Cobel could be. Listen, they could be trying at this point something with Gemma, but Cobel is not an important subject. You know what I mean? She's nobody here. She can be manipulated to think that like what they're trying with Gemma is something completely different at the same time.
Like, do you think the thing that they are trying now with Gemma, has that been done with someone else?
Maybe.
Yeah. Because like I always think Cobel, like I never know, like has something been done to her? You know, like for example, like she was also in that room downstairs or whatever, and like they think that they have tamed her pillars or whatever, like maybe they have done something, because like again she is so loyal, but like there is also that look in her eyes, you know, where like she's like, I am owed an apology, you know, she is still rebelling in her own way, however much she is still part of this cult, like she is still not obedient to them, you know. That does not have to be the case. I just think it would be interesting if like someone has gone through this.
I think maybe somebody has been or is going through it at this moment again.
I think definitely someone else is also going.
I just want to say I'm not sure with Cobel, because I think then she would be more important person. For them.
Yeah, they will not just like hire
like
her
they're casting her out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like she's
true,
that valuable to them.
That's true.
Like Mark seems more valuable to them at this point.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
And Milchek seems more loyal to them. So that's why he's here in their mind, at least.
Yeah, I'm just like now also thinking, because like before we saw the older pictures that would like indicate the potential like it's her mother or whatever, like I thought she had a child. So like I thought maybe like her child maybe is also like one of the people that they hold downstairs.
I don't think
or
so.
Something.
I don't think so. I think there is a reason why we stopped thinking that that's her child. Like, you know, that we can now think, oh, she has 7 children downstairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like we don't have any.
No, I just thought she had a child because like of the way that like she picked up the kid to like calm it down. You know, like.
Yeah.
Like singing a lullaby or whatever. Like that's where my mind immediately goes to, like, oh, did you have a kid? Maybe you lost the kid. Maybe the kid is also having this done to them. So like maybe that's why you're so like concerned about Mark and Gemma.
I'm not sure.
My mind is gonna break.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like what even is the Irving part? What even is that there at the end? He said my innie got a message.
I honestly think that with Irving, that Irving could be potentially working with PT's people.
Doctor, the whatever it is.
I could definitely see that happening. He's trying to, just like PT, the way that PT was trying to connect with, but like PT pulled out the thing. I don't think Irving did. I mean, we know he didn't, you know.
No, he's still downstairs.
I think with him, they're trying to do the different way, you know.
Yeah.
Also, again, what was very interesting but I think he's working with them. That's what I think.
Yeah, well, I don't know how. Like he's going to a payphone calling someone. You know, he's hiding his.
But who was following him? Bert. I really love that. Even though he does not remember, feelings are leading him to this man. That's how I see it. You know, like emotions when he probably saw Bert, when he opened the door, when he saw Irving, when he opened the door. Maybe Irving wasn't himself anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Like Innie. It wasn't
Yeah.
Innie anymore, but like Bert felt something. And
yeah.
Bert is now following him. Very fucking interesting. Really love that.
Like
Really
that
love
is
to
not
see how emotions
Yes.
can prevail.
Yeah,
how-
that the birth part is not a confusing
No.
part, you know. Like I just think it's
Neither is
it is a fascinating,
Helena for
like,
me.
and a beautiful part of human nature.
Yes.
Helena.
I could scream because of that. I could fucking scream. Again, I don't know what I love more, Helly or Helena. Probably Helena, but like I really again love Helly's personality, love who she is and how
Helly
she's
is great. Just
Yeah.
Helena's
I cannot, when I saw the way that she is looking at that footage of Helly and Mark and how what Helly did and how
Yeah.
determined she is
Yeah.
and how rebellious she is, how free Helly is,
yes.
and that she's feeling human emotions towards Mark and the shock on Helena's face. That was the fascinating part. Again, we see how her
because, like,
father treats her.
That's what I mean. Like her version, her inner self is rebelling and is free and does
Is
not want
much
to be
more
contained.
free than Helena.
While Helena is in a fucking box.
Exactly.
Trying to live up to her father's expectations.
And
like
her
playing
father
this.
is like belittling her immediately, like how she did something wrong or something like that. Like that's her version of love that she has felt. That seems like the only version of love that she has felt in her life, you know. And she had this one thing and one goal only, and that is
I
to
wanna scream.
be perfect for
Yeah.
for her father to be proud of her.
Like I even think like when she went to talk to Harmony, like the way that she is going there and speaking to her, somehow even that scene, like knowing that Harmony saw her in like both sides, you know, that like she's speaking like so composedly and like so coldly, but like 5 minutes ago there was a version of you that was like yelling and fighting back, and like that is also the version that Harmony has seen, and now like she's again playing this role of Helena. Like there's something so fascinating to me about that.
Like everything is so fascinating.
Like
to me.
literally I could only scream.
I honestly don't think that like she ever thought it would affect her that much, you know. She didn't even view that person as a person. She literally viewed her as nobody important, you know. She had a job to do, and that's why she decided to become severed, you know, because of her father. And then I think that is such a interesting, such a fascinating story, how she felt seeing that, honestly. Her and Cobel, very, very interesting. Both characters very interesting, just in completely different ways. With Cobel, there is much more, if you ask me, mystery there.
Yeah,
you
we don't know anything.
We don't know anything. It can go either way. We know we have glimpses here, glimpses there. We don't know much about her.
No.
Would really want to find out more, you know?
Yeah.
Like very excited about that. Where with Helena, we don't know maybe also where it's going or what is gonna happen, but like
there's a direction.
There is a direction, because again we know who Helena is.
Yeah.
We know how we saw a few scenes with her father and how she's behaving and how she's talking to other employees, you know, and then we know Helly, which is even more interesting. With the fact, like, you know, no words, honestly.
I don't know what's better.
I don't know.
Mark also here, I think at the end, like now a little bit believes that Gemma could be alive. Because like he saw the look on Harmony's face, and the look on Harmony's face, like there is compassion there for the person that he has lost, and then she cannot do. It's like she's like fighting herself, and so she's just screaming and just like punching the car to move, because like she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, because
she tries to control her emotions as well, and it doesn't work.
I completely agree. No, honestly, that was perfect. With Mark, again, like my first thought, like if I found out that like there is a glimpse and potential, 1% potential that my wife is alive, even though I saw her, I would go. You know, even though I would go, I would go. But at the same time, his wife is dead.
That's what I want to say.
He's been going through torture for years now.
Like,
how do you just like allow yourself to have
mean.
a 0% of hope for something like that?
Like,
You stop yourself from getting
like, you
destroyed.
cannot even open up that potential.
You can't allow yourself
because like
to
you're
open
trying to
that.
not think. We're trying to heal. Like,
you're here because you went there because
Milchek told him that he said that he feels like he is choking on her ghost.
Yeah.
Like he cannot even go there, not even, I mean, that's why his sister is talking to him the way that she is talking.
Because
like not
everybody around him.
Yeah.
But like everybody, because like if she's thinking like us, if there is 1% hope, go. Like I would tell you the same thing, go fucking. But like again, you
find out there is not,
survived.
It's not there.
You cannot.
He's not gonna survive that the second time.
Yeah.
He would not be able to survive that.
That is insane. But like then when Milche told him again, your innie is in love. I don't know how to explain that. That is such a, for him who is still destroyed for his wife.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But he's escaping, and he went there to escape that, and that other person, but like himself, He fell in love. That's such a fucking messed up.
I don't know what you do, because like he must feel some type of betrayal as well.
Yeah, that's what I want to
like,
say.
How do you process
exactly?
this?
That's what I want to say. I say one thing, but like again, I have not been in the same situation as him. Like, how do you process things like that?
That's what I literally feel like I would need to jump out of my own skin.
Literally,
with any information. This is so good.
Insane.
I feel sick how good this is.
This is the best show ever.
No, literally, this is such a good show that I want to scream from the rooftops. Yeah. That like everyone should just watch this. Yeah, it's so brilliant. It's so well done. And
it has amazing characters. Again, we now saw a bit about Dylan as well.
Yes.
And how shocked he was that like he got
Dylan
fired.
seems like the type that's like a regular guy, how he would get this job. You know, like he didn't.
We talked about that, how he would decide to cross to this part of like to that line of morality where he would decide to close his eyes on what he's doing, just he would
first question,
feed his family, you know.
Literally, his first question is, what about health insurance? Yeah. Like he's asking his wife, like, do they need something, like, because you know they cannot afford, they have kids, it's expensive to live, so he just goes to work wherever, like he has good benefits to take care of his family. I think he represents the majority of workers there.
Exactly.
You know. Our food.
And as soon as he finds out like that, like his family and wife and kids would be insured.
Yeah.
He's like, I always wanted to work at this company, you know.
Yeah.
With doors.
It talks about the larger issue of like you not even having that in the type of environment and political system that you live under, that you have to like just choose any job anywhere to have basic human necessities.
I mean, it's a perfect explanation of how this billionaire's company would be able to exploit people, exactly, and do whatever they want with them.
Yeah.
No, honestly, the story is phenomenal.
It does not miss.
Okay, guys, our food is here, so thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.